Welcome to Epsilon. This video will walk you through your very first steps to make sure that you get in game as quickly and as smoothly as possible. First things first, let's sign up for an account. Go to epsilonwow.net and click register. On the next screen, you'll want to click Link Discord. We ask you to do this instead of using an email for both ease and security. Additionally, it grants you the benefit of being able to use the Discord to Game chat interface to communicate with friends when you're offline. Click Authorize to allow Epsilon to use your Discord username, avatar, banner, and email address. Your display name will be visible to others on the forums and in-game when you type in the out-of-character global chat channel. Your username will be visible to no one but you and is what you'll use to log in. Now that you have an account, let's move on to installation. To start things off, we're going to create an Epsilon folder. To do this, just navigate to wherever you want to put your game client. And then right-click and hit New Folder. Name it Epsilon. For installation, you'll have two options. The torrent is hands down the fastest and smoothest possible way to get in-game, but for those who would prefer not to use torrenting software, we also have a custom Epsilon launcher. The launcher is more user-friendly, but comes at the disadvantage of being slower overall and creating lengthier load times when you're in-game. I'll be explaining how to torrent first, so feel free to skip to the timestamp on screen now if you'd prefer to use the launcher. First, click the link in the description labeled qBittorrent. Click where it says 32-bit and 64-bit installers, and then click on qBittorrent Windows. Once this is downloaded, click through the prompts on the installation tool until qBittorrent has been installed. Next, click on the link in the description labeled Torrent. By default, the .torrent file will appear in your Downloads folder. Open the .torrent file, and qBittorrent will open. Under the section of the menu labeled Save At, we're going to click on this little folder icon and select our Epsilon directory that we made earlier. Now hit OK, and the Epsilon client will begin downloading. You can check the progress by looking at the percentage meter right here. Once that's finished, just navigate to your Epsilon directory and double-click on epsilon.exe. Our launcher will open. There may be a brief additional download at this point, but once it's done, the play button should appear. When you click play, there may be a significant delay while the game starts up for the first time. Rest assured this is normal and won't be persistent from here on out. Congratulations, you've installed Epsilon. Feel free to close out of the video here, or continue watching to learn about the alternative install process. To download the game using our standalone launcher, click on the link in the description labeled Launcher. By default, the launcher will appear in your Downloads folder. From here, we're going to drag the launcher into the Epsilon folder we made earlier. This step is very important. The launcher will not work if you leave it in your Downloads folder. If you get a security prompt at this point, click More Info, then Run anyway. The launcher will now begin to download all of the necessary files to play. The download is about 200 megabytes in size, so this may take some time. Once that's finished, the play button should appear. When you click this, the game will take anywhere from 5 minutes to half an hour to actually open up, depending on your internet speed. It may look like nothing is happening during this time, but rest assured, it's working in the background. If you want to confirm this, just open the Task Manager and look for wow.exe. Under the Network tab, you should see some level of activity to indicate that your client is downloading. Once the game opens, the Battle for Azeroth cinematic may be choppy and assets may take a moment to download before popping up. This is because your client is downloading things as you go, one step at a time. Unfortunately, this is just one of the limitations that comes with downloading Epsilon using this method. Additionally, you may notice momentary losses in FPS and significantly longer loading screens once you're in the game world. Again, this is because your client is downloading things as you go, one step at a time. These will lessen over time as your client downloads more and more of the game assets, and most users report having no delays within just a few days spent on the server. Please be patient during this process, or consider using the torrent instead.